starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go. Bass in your face. Bass in your face.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Uncommon Sense with Jose Negro. Sorry. Now, for the benefit of those of you who are not familiar with the channel or watching this channel for the first time, the reason why it is called Uncommon Sense because here on this platform, we discuss everyday issues where we try to find logical solutions, but not everyone uses logic. So for that reason, it is called Uncommon Sense. I want to let everybody know that I'm currently live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. I also want to let everybody know that the subscriber mode has been enabled, meaning if you're not a subscriber and if you wish to enter a comment in the chat, you will need to subscribe to the channel. As always, I want to give a huge shout out to all those who've already subscribe to the channel, whether you've been there from the very beginning or just recently joined. I really appreciate all the love and all the support that you continue to give me. I also want to give a huge shout out to all those who follow me on social media, particularly Instagram and TikTok. Your generous support is greatly appreciated. Thank you very much. I also want to give a huge shout out to all those who allow me to enter into your devices. And I want to give a huge shout out to those who watch from the clouds, including the haters, because they're in their own twisted, perfected way, continue to give me free press as far as this so-called insignificant platform. So what I'm going to ask you to do is the following. If you have not done so, I'm going to ask you to please subscribe, like, and set the bell notification to all. So therefore, whenever I do produce content, you will have the opportunity to catch it live or catch it on the playback. Now, I do have to apologize. The stream was originally scheduled for tomorrow, but due to last minute changes, I decided to air it tonight. Now, before we get into the main topic, we're going to have another episode of In My Words. Now, I neglected to share this information on my previous streams, but I'm going to share it right now. Ron DeSantis has ended his campaign to become the Republican candidate of President of the United States and has endorsed Donald Trump. Okay. So as we can see, we have a few people who already decided enough's enough and not to continue the campaign. It looks like it's going to be a repeat of 2020 when it's going to be Donald Trump against Joe Biden. Now, of course, this election season is still going on strong, and anything can happen. I mean, who knows? Maybe another Republican might step forward and become the party standard bearer for the Republicans. We don't know. But in any case, I will continue to provide pertinent information as it comes to election of 2024. Now, I want to give a little bit of clarification regarding the enablement mode because I was asked this question this week. The reason why I enable the subscriber mode is the following. In the past, we have had people who have been trolls coming in the chat and trying to cause disruption to the stream. So I decided if you're going to try to do whatever stupidity, at least you're going to have to subscribe to the channel. Mind you, I do have moderators here which will help me to keep the struggles at bay, and I'm just as capable of doing the same thing as well. So those of you who question me why I have enabled the subscriber mode, it is for that reason. I don't want anyone to come here to cause a disruption, or even worse, flash any inappropriate images that will cause this stream to be taken down by YouTube. Also, let me make this perfectly clear. Going forward, the only ones that's going to that have actual permission to share my content are those creators who have been supporting this platform from day one. Okay, so basically anyone like Golden Goddess, Multi, Kesha of Wine and FaceTime, now known as Dreadlock. I forgot the name of the channel, but the intro Boricua, Latin explaining, and the 18th letter. Anybody else who tries to share my content or my image without my permission will be hit with a copyright strike and it will be reported to YouTube. Also, I'm going to make this perfectly clear to even to the mentally and intellectually challenged. Anyone that makes any threats will be reported to YouTube. And just for your information, using the name Ernesto Negron to hide the fact that you're talking about me, no, that's not going to fly. That's not going to fly. And unfortunately, we have individuals which are, the best way to describe it, are possessed. They have to resort to the type of language. And of course, I'm being accused of being a racist again. Well, I got news for you. There is no racist content here on any of my streams. And if you're going to produce receipts, make sure they're actual receipts, not doctored receipts or anything like that, because people can doctor up receipts and make it sound like I'm saying something that I'm not. Okay. And as far as being a struggle channel, 70 subs in 90 days and almost 3,000 subs in the same time, that's not the output of a struggle channel. Okay. So I would suggest that you actually spend the time producing quality content or get the therapy that you need. Either way. With that being said, we're going to get into the main topic. Now, the main topic for tonight is what is doxing. I believe I discussed this sometime last year. However, that seems to be a problem here on social media. So I decided I'm going to address it again. Okay. Of course, here on this platform, we discuss the facts. We are not going to talk about opinions. We're going to actually discuss the facts. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen. Okay, just give me a moment. And let me just remind everybody that the link to join the panel has been pinned. Nevertheless, if this is your first time here, you will have to come up on the backstage. Otherwise, you will not be allowed on the panel. And again, this is so no one tries to get cute and actually post any X-rated material. So YouTube can take down this stream. So as you can see here, this is the actual definition of doxing. It is the act of publicly providing personal identifiable information about an individual or organization, usually via the internet and without their consent. Historically, the term has been used to refer to both aggregation of this information from public databases and social media websites like Facebook and the publication of previously private information obtained through criminal or otherwise fraudulent means such as hacking, social engineering. The aggregation or provision of previously published material is generally legal, though it may be subject to laws concerning stalking and intimidation. Doxing may be carried out for reasons such as online sharing, extortion, or vigilante aid to law enforcement. It may be also associated with hacktivism. Now, I'm just going to read to you the history, and then I'm just going to put this back. Okay. As far as this audit, the practice of publishing personal information about individuals is a form of vigilance proliferates on the internet via physical media such as newspaper and pamphlets. For example, in response to the Stamp Act of 1765, the 13 colonies radical groups such as the Sons of Liberty harassed tax collectors and those who did not comply with boycotts on British goods by publishing their names in pamphlets and other newspaper articles. Okay, I'm just going to go to the next paragraph. In 2012, when Gawker reporter Adrienne Chen revealed the identity of Reddit troll violent terrorist as Michael Birch, Reddit users accused Chen of doxing Birch and declared war on Gawker. In the mid-20th century, in events, the Gamergate harassment campaign brought to the term into wider public use. Participants in Gamergate became known as releasing sensitive information about targets in the public, sometimes with the intent of causing targets to question physical harm. Carolina scientist and research fellow at the Center for Democracy and Technology said that Gamergate, for a lot of people, the mainstream culture, it was the introduction to what is doxing. Now, this is another observation when it comes to it. The attack is summarized in the book Malicious Cryptology as follows. The attack differs from extortion attack in the following way. In the extortion attack, the victim is denied access to his own public information and has to pay to get it back, where the attack has been presented here is the victim retains access to information, but its disclosure is at the discretion of the computer virus. So I'm just going to park it here. Okay. So the reason why I shared this article, so we can have a clear understanding what what is this, what is actual doxing. Okay. Again, here on this platform, we discuss facts. We do not discuss. We don't personal opinions and treat it as facts. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to share another article. Just give me a moment. Okay. Excuse me. Just bear with me. Okay. Shout out to the 6 people who are currently watching this, and particularly those who watch from the clouds, even my haters. Okay. And again, I do apologize for changing the day of the stream, but things of this nature do occur. So now I'm going to share my screen again. Okay. Just give me a moment because sometimes it takes a while for the image to appear. Okay. Now, here we're going to be talking about the definition of doxing and the explanation behind it. The term doxing is short for dropping dox being slang for documents. Typically, doxing is a malicious act used against people whom the hacker disagrees or dislikes. Now, good evening, Don Armando. Thank you very much for stopping by. Feel okay? Now, some of you may recall that last year someone hacked into my Facebook account and people were getting messages stating that I had died. Okay. And in fact, one person actually called me to see if I was okay. Okay, so, and unfortunately, I do know people who've been doxxed. Okay, and it's not a good thing. There have been others who have their confidential information that been posted on social media. Okay, so that's another reason why we're having this discussion. So let me just move this. Doxing, sometimes written as doxing, is the act of revealing identifying information about someone online, such as their real name, home address, workplace, phone, financial, and other personal information. This information is circulated to the public without the victim's permission. While the practice of revealing personal information without one's consent predates the internet, the term doxing first emerged in the world of online hackers in the 1990s when anonymity was considered sacred. Feuds between rival hackers would sometimes lead to someone deciding to drop dox on somebody else, which had previously already been known as their username or alias. Dox became dox and eventually became a verb itself, i.e., without preference drop. The definition of doxing has expanded beyond the hacker world community and now refers to personal information exposure. While the term is still used to describe the masking of anonymous user, the aspect has become less relevant today when most of us are using our real names in social media. Now, these are things that this is some examples of confidential information which may be shared without consent. Home addresses, workplace details, personal phone numbers, social security numbers, bank account or credit card information, private correspondence, criminal history, personal photos, embarrassing personal details. Okay. Now, unfortunately, we have seen this um, with other YouTube creators. Okay. And a lot of it is for embarrassment. Another one is for what's called cyberbullying. And there's other reasons where sick individuals do this type of activity. Celebrities, politicians, and journalists are amongst those who have been doxxed, making them suffer from online mobs fearing for their own safety, and in extreme cases, death threats. The practice also has been spread to prominent companies, executives, for example, when Procter and Gamble's Gillette released its "We Believe" ad, which claimed to target toxic masculinity. Chief Brand Officer Mark Pinchot LinkedIn profile was shared on 4chan with the poster calling others to send angry messages to him. Doxing entered the mainstream awareness in December 2011 when hackers group Acrimonious exposed 7,000 law enforcement members' detailed information in response to investigations into hacking activity. Since then, Anonymous has been doxed hundreds of alleged KKK members, and most of the recent targets that included QAnon supporters. Now, I'm not going to, let me just see. Intentional revealing personal information online usually comes with the intention to punish, intimidate, or humiliate the victim in question. That said, doxers can see their actions in a way of right perceived wrongs, bring someone to justice in the public eye, or reveal an agenda that has previously not been publicly disclosed. Now I'm just going to share with you how doxing works. Okay. And by the way, changing my first name to Ernesto, I know you're talking about me. So we live in an age of big data. There is a vast ocean of personal information on the internet, and people will have less control over than what they believe. That means anyone with the time, motivation, and interest can do so, turn the data into a weapon. Like many people use the same username across a variety of services. This allows potential doxers to build a picture of the talker's interests and how they spend their time on the internet. And there's some tactics that people use. Running a who is search on a domain name. Anyone who owns a domain name has the information stored in its registry that is often publicly available via who is search. Suppose the person who bought the domain name did not obscure the private information at the purchase time. In that case, personally identifying information such as their name, address, phone number, business, and email address is available online to anyone to find. Phishing. If the person can use insecure email account or failed or falls a victim to a phishing scam, the hacker can uncover sensitive emails and post them online. Stalking on social media. If your social media accounts are public, anyone can find out information about you by cyber stalking you. They can find out your information, workplace, friends, photos, likes, and dislikes, places you have been visited, the names of your family friends, the name of your pet, and so on. Using the information, the doxer may even work out the person's answer to your security questions, which can help them break into your online accounts. Sifting through government records. While most personal records are not available online, there's a fair amount of information that can be gleaned on government websites, such as examples of databases is business licenses, county records, matters such as the immune records, and voter registration logs all contain personal information. Tracking IP addresses. Doxers can use various methods to discover your IP address, which is linked to your physical location. Once they know it, they can use social engineering tricks on your internet service to provider ISP some more information about you. For example, they can file complaint about on the owner on the IP address or attempt to hack into the network. Reverse mobile phone lookup. Once hackers know your mobile phone number, they can find out more about you. For example, reverse phone lookup services such as white pages let you type a mobile number or any telephone number to find out the identity of the person who owns the number. Such sites like white pages charge fees to provide information beyond the city and the state associated with the phone number. Though those willing to pay can discover additional information about you on your mobile phone number. Now, just for personal information, I have a way where I receive a phone call upon a number I don't recognize. I could put it into text and ask the caller to identify themselves. If they don't, guess what? I do not answer the call, and the call gets blocked. Packet sniffing. The term packet sniffing is sometimes used in retaliation of doxing. This refers to doxers intercepting your internet data, looking for everything from your passwords, credit card numbers, and bank account information to all email messages. Doxers do this by connecting your online network, cracking its security measures, and then capturing the data flowing into and out of the network. One way to protect yourself is using a VPN. Let me just check and see if anybody. Okay. Yeah. Data brokers exist to collect information about people and sell the information to for profit. Data brokers gather their info from public available records, loyalty cards, which can track your online and offline buying behavior, online search histories, everything you search, read, or download, and from the other data brokers. Many data brokers sell their information to advertisers, but several people such sites offer comprehensive records about individuals for a relatively small amount of money. All the docs have to do is pay the small fee to obtain enough information to dox anyone. By following breadcrumbs, small pieces of information. Good evening, Irby. About someone scattered across the internet, doxers can build a picture that leads to uncovering real person behind the alias, including the person's name, physical address, email address, phone number, and more. Doxers may also buy and sell personal information on the dark web. Now I'm just going to, excuse me. Now, here are some examples of doxing: releasing of individual private personal identifying information online, revealing previously unknown information on a private person online. Releasing information of a private person online could be damaging to their reputation and those of their personal and other professional associates. And here's some examples of people who have been examples of doxing. Okay, now the question is doxing illegal? Doxing can ruin lives. It can expose targeted individuals and their families to both online and real world harassment, but it's illegal. The answer is usually no. Doxing tends not to be illegal if the information exposed lies within the public domain and it was obtained through legal methods. That said, depending on your jurisdiction, doxing may fall into federal laws designed to fight stalking, harassment, and threats. It also depends on the specific information revealed. For example, disclosing someone's real name is not as serious as revealing their home address or telephone number. However, in the U.S., doxing a government employee falls under federal conspiracy laws and is seen as a federal offense because doxing is a relatively recent phenomenon. The laws around it can constantly evolving and not always clear. Regardless of the law, doxing violates many website terms of service and therefore may result in a ban. This is because doxing usually seems unethical and is mostly carried out with malicious intent to intimidate, blackmail, and control others, exposing them to potential harassment, identity threat, and humiliation, of loss of jobs, and rejection from family and friends. Okay. Now, I'm going to talk to you about how to protect yourself. Okay. Protecting your IP address by using a VPN. A VPN, a virtual private network, offers excellent protection against exposing IP addresses. A VPN takes the user's internet traffic, encrypts it, and sends it through one of the services servers before heading out into the public internet, allowing you to browse the internet anonymously. Kapowski's secure connection protects you on the public Wi-Fi, keeps your communication private, and ensures that you're not exposed to phishing, malware, viruses, and other cyber threats. Practice good cybersecurity. An antivirus and malware detection software can stop us from consuming information through malicious applications. Using strong passwords. A strong password usually includes a combination of uppercase and lowercase letters, plus numbers and symbols. Avoid using the same password for multiple accounts, and make sure that you can change your password regularly. If you have a problem remembering password, try using a password manager. Use separate usernames for different platforms. If you are online forums such as Reddit, 4chan, Discord, YouTube, and others, make sure you have a different username and password for each service. By using the same ones, doxers can search through your comments on different platforms and use that information to compile a detailed picture of you. Using different usernames for different platforms will make it more difficult for people to track your movements across multiple sites. Another thing you can do is create separate and email accounts for separate purposes. Also, review and maximize privacy settings on social media. Review and maximize your privacy settings on social media. Review the privacy settings, social media profiles. Make sure that you're comfortable with the amount of information being shared and with whom. And also use multi-factor authorization. Get rid of obsolete files and be alert for phishing emails. Hide domain registration information from who is, and so these are some other things that you can do to protect yourself. And I'm going to park it here. Okay. Good evening, Irving. Now I see here that 10 people watching this stream. Okay. First of all, thank you very much. I'm just going to ask you, please make sure that you hit the like button. Okay. It doesn't cost you anything to hit the like button, and it does help with the algorithm. So, and as I stated before, just give me a moment. Yeah. Just give me a moment. I'm sorry. I just want to make sure. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share. Just give me a moment. One more article. Okay. And again, the link to join the panel has been pinned. So anyone wishes to join the panel. Let me make this again perfectly clear. If this is your first time, you will have to come up in the backstage. Otherwise, you will not gain access to the panel. Okay. And my moderators are here in case you try to act stupid. All right. So I'm just going to share one more article. Just give me a moment. Let's not. Just bear with me. Okay. And again, the reason why I'm sharing this is because it has happened to quite a few people. You know, wait a minute. And I think now before I continue, I see here we have someone on. So before I share the next item, let me just get rid of it. Okay. Let me just state for the record that the views of those who appear on the record are not necessarily those of the host. Any attempt to copy the material without the consent of the host is prohibited. By appearing on the call, you waive your rights to your image. Some of the views that people might hold may be considered offensive to some viewers. If you do not link the content, you can block the channel. And now we're going to bring in our guest.
Hey, how you
Good
doing?
evening. Good evening, Don Armando.
Good evening, Don Jose. How you doing?
Hey, I'm just fine, just chilling.
That's good. I just came home from being in the gym. So other than that, I'm good.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad to hear that. So the topic is tonight is what is doxing?
hmm And it's good that we have that topic because a lot of people out here are getting doxxed
Yeah.
and also getting their freedoms being threatened.
Yeah. Yeah. It's unfortunate that we have individuals They
Uh-huh.
try to harass, bully, and threaten people by publishing confidential data.
Yeah.
And of course, we know people, other people that have been victims. Okay.
Hmm.
And of course, last year, someone hacked into my Facebook account and published messages stating that I had passed away.
And as you know, certain individuals, they went up and they doxed me.
Yeah.
They went and they said that they made like several fake accounts with my wife's picture, and and not only publishing my personal information, but it was publishing my wife's personal medical information also.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, I was just looking at them like, how low could you go? And I just viewed them forever as degenerates.
Yeah. You know, I have. You see, I have another term. These people are possessed.
Mm, possessed ain't with it. I'll say
I mean,
obsessed.
yeah. Look, I mean, let me tell you something. Most, okay, most adults. Okay, and I use the term the adults. If for some reason they don't match with somebody for whatever reason, usually just don't deal with the person anymore and just keep it moving.
Hmm.
Okay. Unfortunately, we have certain individuals who are incapable, who lack the maturity, who lack the moral compass to do that. So they have to target certain individuals um, for multiple reasons. Um, Sometimes it's just simply because they're friends with people that they have issues with.
Hmm.
Okay. Both of us have been, we have to deal with that situation because there have been certain people who have lashed out to us. And our only offense is because we're cool with certain individuals of which they are not cool with.
Hmm.
Okay. And I have said this before. People don't like to hear it. Too bad. But if you're cool with me, I'm cool with you.
Exactly. And the thing is, though, it's like 2022, everybody was saying whatever. So it looked like the same people from 2022 who went up and was trying to question my identity went up and hired a freak to to dox me and whatsoever. And the thing is, though, the freak was using their talking points as calling me a monoracial. But to me, this is one thing which is funny. If I'm so monoracial, you dox me. How could you actually go and convince people that I'm so monoracial when you actually have my whole full government name? So therefore, you go around calling a person a monoracial actually defeats your purpose. Don't you
Well,
agree, Don Jose?
yeah, I agree. That makes about as much sense as calling me a racist. Okay.
Right,
Because first of all, there's no racist content that I have.
right.
Number one, anyone and everyone that's walking um, to hop on the platform or be in the chat, as long as they mutually respect everybody.
Right.
Okay. So, of course, when people cannot argue with facts, they'll get emotional and they could bring up, false claims. Like
Yeah.
for, like for me, I'm racist, or make a false or charges with CPS, or threatening a person's employer, have the person fired. Why? Because
Yeah,
the person left the moral compass to just step away and go on with life.
but this is I can understand. You could step away, you can go on life, right? So
Hmm.
first, right, I was called another content creator by the name of Duke,
Hmm.
and I was calling filth just because I'm friends with somebody that which a lot of content creators don't like. So my thing is this: if if you're gonna go and try to attack a person and everything like that just because they have friends, 9 times out of 10 they forget that this is America. So therefore, you're gonna go. It's even to the point that they went up to my wife's Facebook. Now my wife don't even use Facebook like that, let alone social media. And you was like, oh, I'm gonna go and get your husband arrested and put your affairs in order. Okay, let's put it like this: if you're gonna go and tell a person that you're gonna clean house and all this other stuff, and all of this is just stemming from me being friends with somebody that you don't like, and let's be clear, there's a saying that you don't throw stones if you live in a glass house, right?
Correct.
So how are you gonna go around and try to threaten and do this and everything like that when the fact is certain people either are squatters or they've been a victim like maybe numerous times, and then they want to go and try to sit and try to proclaim that they're alpha male or that they're better than you, and then they want to try to mock people's employments or whatever. So my thing is that if you want to go and release videos of whatsoever, and you thinking that you're actually telling people this is that it's actually sexually charged, I'm just saying that that person actually lost the battle already.
Hmm. I mean, look, in my time as a creator, I have been removed from two people's platforms, and my only crime is because I associate with people that they can't stand. Okay. I got news for you to these people. I have the right to associate who I wish. I have the right to speak why I wish. Okay. I don't police what other people do on their platforms. You think I'm gonna let other people do the same thing to me? No, sir.
You know what? You know what was funny? I was like on another platform, right? Which I'm not gonna mention
Okay.
because I'm not gonna go and give a lot of platforms anyway. So I was on the platform, and you had some people that did not like me anyway, but yet they be watching my show. They're like, "Oh, you let that person talk and talk and talk." I'm like, "Okay, well, guess what? It's my platform, not yours. I could do whatever I want on my platform, right?" So therefore, if I'm not hurting or anything like that, why the heck are you gonna go say that? Why are you gonna even opinionate on anything? Because at the end of the day, it's my platform. You're not on it, right?
Mhm.
So I might just even have a live tomorrow. It's not even gonna be talking about doxing because you know what? People they want to do whatever they want to go and try to research your lives and stuff. You can research my balls. That's all I gotta say. So with that said, it's to the point that people they think that they know you just because they research you. Okay, well guess what? You don't know. I could be related to maybe 400 or 500 people. You're not gonna go and research all of them. If you are, you're just blamed. That's it.
Yeah. And look, and the, and the threaten my livelihood. First of all, I live in New York. Okay, the unions are very strong in New York. Number one, and number two, if they actually contact my employer, and my employer tries to make an issue with me, I have a union that will defend me and a union that will provide me with attorneys. and that's not and it's not going to go well on those people.
Yeah. I went up and I already told my job about certain things. So it might not go well on their end either. And that's all I'm gonna say.
Look, the fact of the matter is, and again, unfortunately, we have people who lack a moral compass, which is why they can publish confidential information, make false charges of child abuse, threaten another person's livelihood, all because of the fact that that person is cool with someone that you're not.
Don't forget, actually come into certain people's cities and try to stalk them also.
Okay. Okay. Good evening, Jojo. Yeah, you know what? That is true. That is true. Actually, the topic for tonight is what is doxing, which is basically publishing confidential or individual information or data on social media without the person's permission or authorization. And the reason why we're having this discussion is because, unfortunately, this continues to occur. Well point. Well point. Good point, Georgia. So the fact that this is happening makes it necessary for us to discuss this topic. Okay, I think what happens is I think what it is some music in the background, so Don Manos just muted himself, so therefore no music can come in and I'm going to be hit with a copyright strike. But the fact of the matter is, like I said before, we have to have this discussion because unfortunately it's happening, and it's happened to people that we know and people that we don't know. Okay, and it's with a malicious intent to try to embarrass, to try to harass, to try to bully. Okay, whether it be by publishing things like addresses, telephone numbers, social security numbers, account information, things of that nature, or making false accusations of children with children's services. Okay, so, and again, let me make this particularly clear. If anybody else wishes to join the panel, the link has been pinned, so you can join and then you can express your point of view, or you can disagree and basically say that what we're saying, you just disagree with. If you disagree with what we say, fine. Specify on why. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, okay.
I'm back.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I had to mute because it was like a lot of music and everything.
Yeah. No, I was just stating that Unfortunately, this is happening to people we know and people we don't know. So we need to have this discussion.
Yeah, I know. It's like when I got doxxed, right? The doxer. This is what the doxer is saying, and to me, it's this claim is ludicrous.
Hmm.
Ever since I went on another content creator, um, live. This was like earlier last year. So me and that person, we had like a good rapport, whatever. We had a talk. The next thing you know, I was being accused for being another person that I didn't know who it was. And so I would talk to that person like maybe 6 months later after the fact. So they went up and they were telling me, "Oh, you're doo doo or whatever." I'm just saying doo doo or whatever because I don't want to actually say the content creator's name, but they actually accused me of being him. And while I was having like a nice combo with this content creator before I was being accused of being another content creator, which I never really met. I only spoke to 6 months later after I was accused of being that content creator. Is that I'm not going to go through this crap again. So I just talked to this content creator, and then the doxer is going around saying that I'm harassing the same content creator I just only spoke to once. So I try to avoid these idiots, but yet they want to go and try to bring me back into their fold, or they want to say that, oh, we're doing this, we're doing that. So therefore, my thing is this: if you're a man, right, and you see certain people harassing people and everything like that, the way that the person is actually being told, oh yeah, you're doing you're doing this and that and the third. And he's like, this person is harassing. He got somebody right there. And then you want to go and try to slander and try to put a whole bunch of sexual innuendo or whatever. And when the person docks me, they say, oh, you're making a whole bunch of profiles of your wife or whatever. You just admitted that you made like a whole bunch of fake profiles, and you're doing this all because you don't like a person that I'm friends with. Where's the maturity in that?
The key word is they're lacking the maturity. Like, for example, there's been a couple of times where I've been on your platform and I actually shared the same platform with someone that we have had issues with.
Right.
However, however, I managed to remain civil.
Exactly. And the thing is that the thing is though, people have been civil and whatsoever. But me personally, if I'm blocking and I don't want to have no con- concept of you or anything like that, and then you actually go and make other profiles just to go and antagonize and say you're gonna make a whole story and everything like that. First of all, I'm not that interesting of a person to make a story on. And number two, if you if you're gonna go and put all that time and effort just to slander me and whatsoever, there could have been a whole bunch of different things you could have done instead of slandering on me. But what I guess is that certain people they have a history of actually doing this towards celebrities and such. And since
Mhm.
celebrities have money, they could actually fight back. They have like a platform or a job that they could actually research a whole bunch of people's infos and everything, and
Mhm.
they could antagonize them, people that may or may not have the resources to actually get a lawyer and all this and all the other stuff. So therefore, with that person, and they have corrupt judicial officials to actually let them do what they do. They feel comfortable in actually antagonizing people with doxing, threats, and so forth.
Hmm. Yeah. For the benefit of those who are just joining now, the topic for tonight is what is doxing. So basically, what that is, in a nutshell, is publishing confidential information regarding another person without permission, with the intent to harm, harass, bully, or do harm to that person's reputation. Please continue, Don Armando.
Yeah. It's even to the point that you have certain people that they feel that they could do that, and when it's certain people that they decide to fight back, they'll even try to use law enforcement to make false reports about a person, so that person could actually have trouble with law enforcement. So we have to be vigilant about that also.
Yes. Also, we need to be vigilant when it comes to our social media, okay?
Yeah.
Whether it be Facebook, whether it be YouTube, whether it be Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Snapchat, what have you, okay? And you have to be mindful because people will try to hack into your data, okay? Which is why you have to be ever vigilant and what have you. Um, Also, you have to be mindful when you get phone calls from people that you do not know. Like for example, I have a function on on my mobile device where when I get a call from someone that I am not familiar with, I can put it to text and where it will text a message asking that person to identify themselves. If the
Yep.
person if the person choose not to, guess what? The person gets blocked.
Exactly. I mean, I
Okay.
got the scam shield and whatsoever. So therefore, if a person tried to actually call me from a block number, it's not going to happen unless they're from the government. So with that said, it's fun. It's funny on how certain people they want to go and they want to act. They've actually been on your platform saying, you know, that somebody's doing this and stuff. You know, trying to spread fear on a person. Well, the fact is, when you actually reveal what they're actually doing, what the heck they're gonna do? They didn't have a right thing to even respond. It was like, yeah, we know what y'all doing. We we know that you did this, that, and the third. They was like, they couldn't say nothing. They're like, oh, we're gonna get you. I'm like, whatever. He's like, yeah, we got you. When I got doxxed, I'm like, you just revealed that you just had something to do with it. Idiots.
Well, let's keep it 100. Some of these people, they lack a certain amount of gray matter. I mean, particularly when they actually confess openly that they're the ones that are doing the doxing.
Hmm.
You're making your job. You're making law enforcement's job much easier.
Yep.
And the fact of the matter is when I started as a YouTube creator, there was a lot of things I was not up to speed about. One has to do with the trolls. The other one has to do with people, trying to harass and threaten and
Talking about trolls. There was a troll until he got exposed on one of my lives. And it's a troll that you and I have both blocked on our platform.
okay, yeah,
And it was revealed to me when I was actually talking is that one of these trolls is what the is what is was or with people that actually made it possible to get me doxxed.
Mm-hmm. Good evening, Gigi. Yes, I agree. I agree. Also, one thing, and one thing, I don't know if you, um, I also made this statement that going forward, the only ones, the only ones that is going to be allowed to share my content is basically people that have support that has supported my platform. Then I know that they're not going to use my platform to try to harass me in any way, shape, or form. Like for example, you have permission to share my content if you wish. Gigi has permission, um, and those who have been regular supporters of this platform from the beginning. Okay, but anybody else who attempts to share my content without my authorization, you're gonna be hit with a copyright strike because I have no problems doing that. But everybody else that I know that supported this platform, that that's been there for me, I have no problem other than share my content.
Right.
Okay. Because what people will do is they'll take your content, they'll twist it, they'll they'll make it like I'm saying something else when it's not true. They'll come up with false receipts. You know,
Yeah,
they'll,
yeah,
they'll
yeah, and it's funny because talking about doxing is like you have a certain individual that's bragging that they actually are using me and Radical's voice to actually get us in trouble because they just have that much animosity towards us.
yeah. I just want to share this highlight here. This person actually has the audacity to go to the police and file paperwork file with outright outrageous lies. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
It is. I mean, it is unfortunate that we live in this, have a platform when people with no scruples can do these things.
yep,
Okay. Well, more power to you, Gigi. More power to you. I've said it before, and I'm going to say it again. And if people don't like it, you know what? Tough. You are one of the most real people on this platform. One of a few. You're another one down among the multis and other people. And people don't like me saying it. Too bad. So
yeah. It's even to the point that now it's like there's certain people that that they're gonna take that route. So certain people they could make their stuff about read this read that. I'm like okay, so why don't you meet me face to face? I mean, you have all this animosity. You want to go and spread all this, but
yeah,
yet you want to go and
they're not gonna.
actually try to threaten people's freedoms or whatsoever. If you have an issue with me, why don't you do it like the old school? Come and say it to my face. Unless you're gonna go around and do it all that, all the stuff that you're that people doctors are doing towards other people. Let's keep it real. Some of these doxers have miserable lives. Because if you're gonna go and sit there and just try to destroy another person through social media just because you don't like their viewpoints, that actually says a lot about people. That means that even if I were to, let's say, go to another country, that person will still be miserable to still try to find information about me in another country. That's just like a new level of being miserable.
Yeah. Gigi, I will continue to keep you in my prayers because you've been through a lot of crap yourself. Let's keep it real. You've been through a lot of crap, and it's not necessary. But look, the fact of the matter is, we're having this discussion. If I have to discuss the topic again, by all means, I will do so. I will do so
Yep,
because look, the fact of the matter is, um, people's lives and reputations can be ruined by people sharing confidential information. Which is what, and another thing, what we need to do is we need to be careful of what information that we share, because there's certain things that we cannot share out on these platforms, because people will take that information, they'll twist it, they'll no they'll change they'll change the wording to express a false narrative.
I agree.
Yeah, and look, and again, look, the fact of the matter is, and I said this before, and I'll say it again, if it was left up to me, anyone who is seriously thinking about creating a YouTube channel will have to go through a psychological evaluation. And those who have issues will not be allowed to create a platform. I mean, look, uh, you know, all I can say is, Lord help them, Lord help them. That's all I can say. Well, first of all, shout out to the 13 people watching this stream as we speak. I'm sure a couple of
Yep.
them
Yeah.
are haters.
Yeah. One
But
thing I gotta say, I got to shout out to my friend Deadly and to my other friend Weston, because during the time that I did get doxxed, I just actually found their channel whatsoever. And to me, Weston's and Deadly 3.0, they're actually cool individuals. They let me rock. There's sometimes I'll be on their platforms or whatever, but for the most part, they have their own style on how they do stuff. But one thing I could actually say about Weston and Deadly 3.0 is that they're actually real individuals. And I could actually say that I'm glad that I found your channel. And shout out to Sage. Shout out to my other homie Aggressive Defiance and my other homie Crisis Black. So therefore, you know what? Salute to all those content creators that I've met within the past year, because they actually bring positivity.
yeah, one thing I find it interesting, when you have certain individuals that co-sign this type of behavior, and then what happens is they become the victims of the same issue. I mean, let me put it this way: I don't wish anyone to be the victim of doxing, okay? But you have to be mindful of who you deal with.
Yeah, that's true. And
I
it's
mean, the reality is this: sooner or later, you will sow what you reap. Okay, so if you're going to go and you're going to co-sign someone that's doxing, and then eventually, sooner or later, the same thing happens to you. Okay, I would not wish this on anyone, but you sow what you reap.
I agree.
I mean, some people call it karma. I just call it sow what you reap, which is why, look, we each have a moral compass. There's certain things that we won't do, okay, because it will be in violation of our of respected moral codes, okay.
Right.
So, and the fact of the matter is this: I would rather deal with a small circle of people that are true than to deal with a mass mob of fake people.
I mean, it's to the point that you have a lot of people who are actually socially immature,
Hmm.
and they have like a cult like mentality. When the fact is, they think that the person that they say is like is the word of is like the best word ever, or their lifestyle is like the best lifestyle ever. When the fact is that some of these content creators, they actually and I think we talked about it like in another stream or anything like that. They actually try to treat their subscribers like it's a cult.
Hmm.
And you see a lot of, and I've seen a lot of people with their cult following. For example, I put like a short of a lady and her husband that they actually have a church in New Jersey. Shout
Yes.
out to Pastor Jen, by the way,
Hmm.
and her husband Pastor Kelvin. So I just posted something like on my short. The next thing you know, you could tell that that person was a follower of a certain content creator, and they were saying, "Oh, this person is going to pay because of whatsoever," and this, that, and the third. Remind you, this person, this account went up and was saying, "Oh, you're not this, you're not that, or whatsoever." I'm like, okay, so therefore, why don't you go and actually read a book instead of following somebody that don't really know what they're talking about, and try to distort history, so therefore they could actually get followers and subscribers.
Hmm.
Maybe then if you thought for yourself, you won't be actually going to my comment section and trying to be a rabble rouser of a topic which that person actually been defeated like 500 times on YouTube and TikTok.
Yeah. When I find her, funny, my platform has been described as a struggle channel, but yet within a 90-day period,
What?
I
Yo. You know what's funny, Don Jose? I guess I'm still described as a struggle channel, and I was supposed to be shut down. Yeah, okay. So this is my thing. If a person has a struggle channel, right, and a person might be affluent in what their channel is or whatsoever, if I'm so much of a struggle channel, why are you giving a struggle channel promotion?
Yeah.
Let, let,
Let me
let,
just,
let's be serious.
yeah. Let
If
me
you
just
have a
highlight.
struggle channel, all
Yeah.
right,
Let me just highlight this comment. Please highlight this, Jose. Everyone needs to report bullying and abuse posts and content. Hit the report button. Do something not only when it's about you. I agree. I
I
agree.
agree.
I agree. Look, whenever anyone actually tries to harass anyone, whether it be you, Don Amanda, whether it be me, whether it be Gigi, whether it be Multi, whether it be Irby, whether it be Georgia, or whether it be the intro Boricua, Latin explaining, the 18th letter, and so on.
Yeah.
We need to report it, and it shouldn't just be only when it's happened to us. It should be with other people. Okay, what that does is, first of all, it creates a solidarity. Okay, it creates a village, and it lets those who actually do the harassment and the bullying know that if you attack one, you're going to have a group of people that's going to report you. And guess what? Your channel may be deleted.
Oh yeah. That was like the. This one was funny. Don Jose, the
Yes.
main channel, the main content creator that really don't like me because of whatsoever reason, and that person was on your trying to slander me and everything like that. It was funny.
Yes.
I got doxxed. The next week, that person lost their channel. So they did all that doxing and everything like that just for them to lose their channel. I'm just saying, like, I just had to
Exactly.
say this: what goes around comes around, and it's gonna actually happen a lot of times this year. And sometimes we don't even have to do anything. We just let toxic people eat themselves up.
Hmm. Yes. So going forward, what I'm going to do is the following. Anyone that try to harass anyone, good evening, Kim. Thank you very much for stopping by. I think this is your first time here. Thank you very much. I hope you continue to come to this platform. But what I'm going to do is, going forward, whenever I see anyone harassing, bullying, or trying to dox any of my fellow YouTube creators that I'm cool with, they're gonna get reported. Okay. Yes, Kim, you finally got able to comment. I'm sorry that I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's just that I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but I had to do certain things to keep the trolls from coming here. And of course, there is a certain individual that's spreading a narrative that I'm racist and that they try to get me fired.
uh,
So going forward, whenever I see any of my friends getting harassed, dogs or whatever, guess what? They're gonna be reported to YouTube. And if people don't like that, too bad. But Kim, you're more than welcome to opine here. This is this is your
open
cyber home
space.
too. Okay. And if you can share, talk to and share, not only share about me, my platform, but also Don Amando's platform. Gigi's has a platform. So, if you would spread the word regarding the other key two creators here, we will really appreciate it,
Yep.
because it's not just me. We need to support each other.
Exactly.
So, yeah. Well, look, we need to do what we can to deal with these, okay, with these clowns, okay,
Yeah.
okay, and I know I'm insulting the clowns by saying that, but so be it.
I mean,
Kim, I'm
if
sorry.
you actually look at it, I don't think I think it'll go over the clown's heads because you could call a monkey and they won't even know what the monkey is.
Yeah, that's true. You know what? that is that is very true. Kim, I have a question for you. Do you have a YouTube channel? If you do, just let me know. I would love to support it as well because we do need to support each other. Okay.
Facts.
Um, because the fact of the matter is, it's not easy for us small creators, to continue to produce quality content. Now, again, I find it humorous talking about my channel as a struggle stream when I have gained 70 subs within a 90-day period. And in that same
I
period, I
know.
gained about 30,000 views.
It's like my thing is that I don't worry about the next man's platform. I just worry about my own.
Hmm. Yeah. Well, I mean, look, I look at it. See, I look at it this way. Um, we are a collective of small YouTube creators. Okay, so we do what we can to support each other. Whether it be being on your platform and supporting it, or on my platform, or what have you. Uh,
Yes. One thing I have to say is that within the YouTube streets and everything like that, Don Jose,
yes.
I'm glad that I met you. I'm
So
glad
same
that
here.
I'm I'm glad that we've met in person. That we've
Same here.
actually that we've actually had good times in person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whether you come to Philadelphia or I'll be in the Bronx. By the way, I'm going to be around. I might be around your neighborhood this week, so I'll let you know behind the scenes.
Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you, and thank you, Irby. Thank you very much. And you know what? I have had the pleasure to meet other YouTube creators. Okay, Keisha, I knew from a long time for a few years, and last
Right.
year I actually had the pleasure to meet face to face Xtina and Truth Teacher.
Yeah, I haven't met Truth Teacher yet. I was supposed to meet Radical in the Dominican Parade in 2002, but it didn't happen because I guess whatsoever. But but at the Dominican Parade, it was um it was a pleasure to actually meet XT. She's actually a cool person.
Hmm.
So also whatever content that she has, I'll support her because she's actually positive. It's like a non. It's like a very positive feel, and also is all her channel is actually educating, whether it be about Dominican history or just stuff that we didn't know. It's just a very educational channel. I will actually support that.
Yeah. Well, one thing I have to say about Xtina, I mean, she's definitely a sweet person. She's definitely a sweet person. I mean,
Yes,
very,
she is.
very humble, very down to earth. Unfortunately, some of the characters that have been on her streams had made life kind of difficult. Okay. I mean, we did have that discussion um, when she was in Parkchester, and and at times it could be difficult to typical dealing with people who don't want to cooperate or behave.
Yeah, I mean, if you actually look at it, that's why I actually made like my troll organization. Well, it's not a real organization. I just call it a troll organization because
Hmm.
it seems that whenever I'm talking and everything like that, and a person is, and there's like maybe one person who's not really a content creator that has all the opinions of the world about me and everything, but yet when the person wants to reveal their hygienic practices or whatsoever, they get mad when they get roasted on it. So therefore, that's why I call myself the shaved supremacist, because it looks like a lot of these racists are hairy. So therefore, I'm the shade supremacist. It works, and it's funny.
Well, um, look, we all know that here on this platform, it attracts all different types of people. Okay.
Yep.
Uh, Denise called in the slow taps. I called it the mentally and intellectually challenged or clowns or what have you. But it's basically I mean it's the same group of people. These are people that lack the maturity, the moral compass to be able to articulate and defend their talking points without getting emotional.
Thank you.
Okay. And Georgia, I mean, look, whenever you come to New York, just let me know. We'll meet up, and then I do know that Georgia eventually will be doing one of the streams. So actually, I was trying to give him a couple tutorials regarding StreamYard.
Yeah.
Yeah, because look, the fact of the matter is, none of us is born knowing how to do this. Okay, none of us. You know what? Uh, as long as he's well behaved, no problem. Okay. Um, I remember I was walking up in my neighborhood and I was passing a man with a dog, and the dog looked like he was going to charge me, and it's like okay, I step away because I don't know what this dog is going to do. So as long as the dog is behaved, no problem. Okay. Actually, I love dogs. Okay. The reason why I don't The reason why I don't get a dog is because, first of all, I don't have the time, I don't have the energy, and okay, cool, cool. So so when I meet you, I'll meet your furry companion, or is that your furry child? I don't know. And a shout out to the 13 people watching this stream as we speak. Okay, it's good to know. It's really good to know. And I guess there's some
Yeah, I'm
okay.
back.
All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start to wrap this up because, like I said before, this was something that I felt in my spirit we needed to. Okay, this is something that I felt in my spirit that okay. Yeah, I know. What else is new? I mean, look, the fact of the matter is, clowns are going to continue to give me free press. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna give. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna give you what I think is the reasons why I have haters, and I think it's probably one or two reasons. One, they don't like my content, so of course they're going to ridicule me, or they don't like the people I hang out with. Okay, but newsflash, people, I hang out with who I wish I hang out with. Okay,
And
and
and,
again,
and from hmm
yeah, and again, for the benefit of the people who are intellectually slow, if you're cool with me, I'm cool with you.
right,
If you cannot deal with that, you can leave and you can go and you can suffer your psychosis, whatever, where actually you really need to be placed under a 72-hour involuntary placement in a rubber room with a straight jacket. Okay.
right.
Well, thank you. Well, thanks for stopping by, Gigi. Thank you very much.
All right.
So, yeah. So, do you have any last remarks before I wrap this up?
Yes. If you're a content creator, keep doing your positive things, and also don't let these uh mental patients, fart pipe rockers, uh people from the circus, and also half of these intellectually challenged YouTubers or trolls try to dim your shine, because at the end of the day, they're nobody. And even if they try with the worst and everything like that, fight back. Because they don't think that in their mind, they think that they're dealing with weak people. When the fact is, you're actually stronger than them. And when a person actually has to go that low to go around and dox your information, that actually tells them about their character. Sometimes they are cowards. And there's a lot of cowards in these YouTube streets. And that's all I'm going to say.
Well, first of all, Don Armando, thank you very much for stopping by. Uh, I'm going to ask if you have not done so, please subscribe to Don Armando's channel and check out his content. And I'm going to ask you to do the same thing when it got regarding to Golden Goddess, regarding Georgia's channel. Irby, whenever you do decide to create your own channel, um, no, I will support it. Kim, thank you very much for stopping by. You're more than welcome to stop by. Um, if you feel comfortable, hit the panel, and then we can chew the fat. So thank you very much for stopping by.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm not gonna have a backstage, but we will talk. But we will talk we will talk outside this platform.
Thank you.
So have a good night, and please give my regards to your better half.
I will.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So have a good night.
You too.
Now I'm gonna give you my final thoughts. Okay, we needed to have this discussion because unfortunately we have people who lack a moral compass who publish other people's personal confidential information to harass, bully, and whatnot. Okay. So with that being said, just protect your data. Okay. Be mindful what you say, because whatever you say, do in the internet remains in the internet. Okay. And be ever vigilant And if you and by all means make sure that um, if people try to dox you or harass you, particularly in these YouTube streets, do your due diligence, report them to YouTube. I've already seen people who have lost their channels due to this stupidity. So, with that being said, I'm going to do another stream on Thursday, which will be an open discussion where I'll be talking about random topics. And of course, you, the audience, will have an opportunity to express your point of view. A huge shout out to everyone that appear on the chat and who are watching from the clouds, and a huge shout out to you, Danamanto. So, with that being said, we must do what we can to reduce the presence of the mentally and intellectually challenged, because if we fail to do so, we will be infected by the stupidity and massive insanity. This has been another episode of Uncommon Sense with Jose Negron saying good night, take care, and peace.